to endure trials and temptation by faith, it means while you are going through that trial, while you are going through that temptation, you are seeing something glorious ahead of you. You must begin to train your mind and your faith to see something invisible. So in the stead of the problem that you are going through, instead of that scourging, see something glorious coming to replace it. If in the place of that mocking, see something more glorious coming down to replace that mocking. In this place of your imprisonment, see something glorious ahead that will come after your imprisonment. You see something more glorious that will come after being put in shame. And this is how these people lived. That's why I say by faith they did it. Faith is seeing and also going through the process. They were going through the process and they were also seeing something that was going to replace the torture and the suffering that they were going through. Some of them were stoned. They were stoned, but while they were being stoned, you remember Steve. When Steve was being stoned, he was by faith seeing the kingdom of God. He said he saw the Father in heaven, and he saw, God, Jesus at the right hand of the Father. While they were stoning him, he was seeing heaven. That is faith. That is what I'm talking about. When you are suffering for God, or when you are just suffering for anything here on earth, learn to use your faith. Learn to put on your spiritual realm and begin to see something beyond in the spirit realm. When you look beyond the physical, when you begin to see in the spirit realm and you begin to prophesy the things that will come to pass, the things that will replace your suffering, the things that will replace the torture and discussion and everything that you are going through, those things that you are seeing right now in the spirit realm, those things that are not visible to ordinary eyes but are visible in your spirit realm, they will come to pass one day. You have seen it, but they will see it after you are gone. So when you are gone, when you are in heaven, they will begin to see it maybe 100 years later, maybe 50 years later, but it's going to come to pass. That is what happened here. They were stoned, but when they were being stoned, they were seeing the incredible. They were seeing the invisible things that will come to pass instead of their stoning, instead of their suffering, instead of their saw. Some of them were saw, like they took a saw and broke them into two. They were sawn into two. They were tempted. They were slain with the sword, but they saw the invisible things. And that's why we are living a changed world today. So don't you say you will never suffer. Don't you say you never have challenges. Don't you say the challenges are always bad. If not because of those challenges, if not because of those suffering, we will not have the world we have today. If not because of those sacrifices they went through, we will not have another world today. We will not have the civilization we have today. But their sacrifice and their offering paved way to the civilization that we are having today. They wandered about in sheepskins. You see, these people went through processes. They went through hard times. They went through tough times. They wandered about the earth. They were still living here physically, but wandering about the earth in sheepskin.